Hey Canucks fans, welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary for Wednesday, January the 23rd. I'm Clay Emo. I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It is game day today. The Vancouver Canucks tonight, 7:30 start. A little bit later, they host the Carolina Hurricanes in game number 6 of the 6-game homestand. So the final game of the homestand, the final game heading into the All-Star break. They're 3-0-2, so 8 points in 5 games so far. Really good. They've gotten at least a point in all 5 of their games. They love to wrap up, this part of the season with a win against Carolina, get back into the playoff position. They're 1 point out right now. 7:30 start, maybe that's a good thing given the Canucks slow starts. Maybe they need that extra half an hour to wake up. So maybe they come out guns a-blazing in this first period. And in yesterday's video, I talked about line combinations, the fact that Jake Virtanen may be sitting tonight. We will see. And I'll do an update later today, only if we hear anything, earth-shattering coming out of Travis Green's presser after practice, the optional skate this morning, whether Virtanen is in or not, or maybe a Demko start as opposed to Markstrom, but we shall see. Can't go wrong with either of those two guys. But today, I want to talk about Canucks management. And my question to you is, how confident are you in the management of the Vancouver Canucks? And I say this on the day after Peter Chiarelli was fired as the president of hockey operations and the GM of the Edmonton Oilers. And I did a quick 2-minute video on that yesterday in my 2-on-1 series, and I outlined some of the trades, the poor trades he's made. The Hall for Larson, the Eberle for Strome, which turned out to be Spooner, and then the 16th and 13th overall picks. 16th and 33rd overall picks for Griffin Reinhart, not even playing in the league anymore, and that 16th pick turned out to be Matthew Barzal for the Islanders. So I detailed those, and it got me thinking. Admittedly, when Chiarelli was hired back in 2015 for Edmonton, I actually was envious of Edmonton's management group, because you had at the top Bob Nicholson as the COO, who, lots of success with Hockey Canada, leading us to many championships and medals. Then you had Peter Chiarelli, GM, coming off an 8 or 9 year tenure with Boston, winning a Stanley Cup. And then you had a great head coach in Todd McClellan that they soon hired. A lot of success in San Jose, of course, regular season success, not playoff success, but still a very good coach. So that trifecta was strong of Nicholson, McClellan, and Chiarelli. And then the Vancouver Canucks trifecta, I wasn't so sure of. They're all brand new. You had Jim Benning as the general manager. You had Trevor Linden as the president of hockey operations. And you had, actually, it was Willie Desjardins at the time as a brand new head coach. So obviously I knew a lot about Trevor Linden. Every Canucks fan did. We knew a little bit about Jim Benning. Ironically, he was working with Peter Chiarelli in Boston. And then we knew very little about Willie Desjardins. And if you put up, to me, Benning, Linden, and Desjardins against Nicholson, Chiarelli, and McClellan, I liked Edmonton's team better, their management team better, not their players, but their management team. And I thought that they were set up for success. Well, since then, we know what's happened. They've only made the playoffs once. Edmonton's only made the playoffs, actually, one time out of the past 12 seasons. That they missed this year, it'll be 12 and 13. See that good math there. Meanwhile, the Vancouver Canucks did make the playoffs in Desjardins' first year, and then they haven't made the playoffs since. So, their playoff success has been equal in the last 4 years, just one appearance for each team, for either team. But you look at the stability or instability, and right now, and you're grateful for what the Vancouver Canucks have. Yes, when Trevor Linden left in July of last year, it was quite shocking, and it was, the dominant news story for the first couple months. But not a lot of people talk about it now because of the way that the Canucks look, because of the hope that they have, that we all have. The way the rebuild has been single-handedly sped up by the emergence of Elias Pettersson. So you could say, I've always said that he's almost sped the rebuild up by a year or two. And when you have Pettersson, Horvat, and Besser as your big three that you can build around. Quinn Hughes joins the team later this season. Thatcher Demko is ready to make his mark. And then you have guys like Julevi, Wu, Lynn, Gadjevich, Madden, Dahlin, Will Lockwood. All these guys in the system, DiPietro even down the road. The future does look bright for the Canucks, and that's why Canucks fans are excited. So that's why I'm actually happy with the job that the management has done. Yes, Trevor Linden maybe wanted to slow down the rebuild. It's too bad Linden wasn't here to see Pettersson emerge this season. But I do trust Jim Benning. Obviously, him and Weisbrod now as assistant GM, they've done a really good job, in particular on the drafting side, and we're starting to see the fruits of that. The trading's been okay. Especially at the trade deadline 2 years ago when they got Goldobin and Dahlin for Burroughs and Hansen. The signings, Not bad. You know, Horvat's contract not bad. We'll see what happens with Besser. You know, some people didn't like the Beagle, Schaller, Roussel contracts, but you know, the Roussel one, it looks like it's a good one. So you know, the jury's kind of out on his signings and some of his trades, but certainly can't complain about his drafting. And now we have a coach that we're very excited about, sounds like, and a very honest, transparent coach in Travis Green. He looks like he's going to be here for a long time. Jim Benning looks like he's going to be here for a long time. And now, no president of hockey operations right now. It's Benning working with Weisbrod as his assistant GM. So really, those are our three guys now. It's Benning, Weisbrod, and Green. Much different than Benning, Linden, and Desjardins 4 years ago. So, as the Edmonton Oilers look to replace Peter Chiarelli, you know, it's Keith Gretzky on an interim basis, but we'll see. What will be interesting about that job for Edmonton is whoever they're going to go after, there's going to be competition from Seattle. Seattle has to hire a new GM as well. And, you know, they fired Todd McClellan earlier this year in November, replaced him with Ken Hitchcock. So right now, you have on the Vancouver side, like I said, it's Benning, Weisbrod, Green. On the Edmonton side, you still have Nicholson at the top, but then you have Gretzky as an interim, and you have Ken Hitchcock as your coach. And so, Canucks fans, tell me, would you like that as your people at the top? You know, the Edmonton. What do you think of the Chiarelli firing? Are you surprised it took so long, basically? And more importantly, let's keep this Canucks related. How confident are you with Canucks management right now? Are you comfortable with the way we're going? Are you happy with the decisions they are making? And are you worried that Aquilini meddles too much as the owner and the governor? Or are you fine with what's been happening so far? And it seems like they've worked out a way where Aquilini can be passionate about the team, but maybe he's not, you know, making too many decisions, or he's certainly trusting Benning and Weisbrod and the management to indeed make good decisions. Anyways, lots of things to think about, lots of things to talk about. My point is, 4 years ago, I would have picked Edmonton's regime over Vancouver, but we've seen how unstable Edmonton has been, all the turnover, and whereas Vancouver, after getting rid of Linden, after making that coaching change, they've seemed to settle down in something very, very good. Canucks fans, leave a comment below. I love to read, react, and reply as always. Subscribe if you like to, like this channel, like this video if you like to, I should say. And I may or may not do an update later today. We'll see how my day is going, and we'll see if anything comes out from Travis Green's interviews after the optional skate. Have a great day. Enjoy the game tonight. God bless, and go Canucks go.